Hello, Gemini. I'm Louise Hay from BeHealing.com, and this is your energy update for the week of the 13th of September 2021. I hope you're doing well. Be sure to check out your Sun, your Moon, your Rising, and your Venus sign for a complete picture of all of the energies that you've got going on this week, because you're more than just your Sun sign, of course. If you're interested in a private reading with me, they are available from my website, BeHealing.com. You can find a link for that in the description box below and also one up there as well. And I've got a live show here on YouTube called Psychic Cafe. I would love to see more Gemini energy in there. There's a chicken cat. Just wanted to know where she was. There she is. Beneath the surface. Okay. An emotional week, something running beneath the surface, someone not saying what they really mean, or you doing the same, both of you doing it maybe. Emotions running in the underneath the surface, and us pushing them down instead of being honest. Upfront and honest with people. It's like the energy of, how are you? I'm fine. When you're not fine. And you asking people, how are you? I'm good. Are you sure? Okay. What else for Gemini? You have courage. Be courageous and tell the truth. How are you feeling? How are you really? And play. Could lighten things up. It also gives permission for other people to actually say how they are as well. There's nothing wrong with sharing. There's something wrong with us like being like total whingers, being in victimhood mode and just going on and complaining to everyone about whoever will listen, complaining. That's not a great energy. But it's also not a great energy in not being honest as well. Because we're human beings, we go through stuff, that's life. And it's okay for us to share that stuff. We don't have to. We can be courageous and share it. It could lead to a playful energy. It's very freeing when we do that, when we allow ourselves to be ourselves, or like human selves and our flawed self. We give permission for other people to be their human flawed self as well, and it just makes everything better. Tell us more for Gemini. You're manifesting something. You got the Magician out first. This is about you using everything that's at your fingertips in order to manifest what you want. So being where you're at right now and using all the skills and the technology and the whatever resources you've got within you and outside of you too, in your home or your work or whatever, to manifest what it is that you want. It's not waiting back saying, well, making excuses saying, well, I don't have the resources for that. I don't have the money to do that. Everyone's got the resources to start right now where you're at. Be resourceful is what I'm hearing from that. Be resourceful. Tell us more, Gemini. What else are you doing apart from being resourceful this week? You're receiving Queen of Cups. Open to receive, being open to receive something. Remember, we're talking about energies, emotional energies, being under the surface there. Oh, we've got the King of Cups here. There's a divine pair coming out right here. Both in their emotions, both being emotionally transparent there. And we've also got the Nine of Swords as well. So this is about a bit of a nightmare. It's anxiety. It's often coming out of that anxious place, The nines are just before the release of the 10. So it can be calling for the need to release, or the need to focus on that anxiety, to actually feel it, to create the change, to listen to what it's trying to tell you and what needs to change there. So let's get some clarity on all of this. What's this Magician about here? The Magician. Why have we got the Magician here? Temperance. Oh, it's taking its sweet time. It's because you're taking your time, right? So yeah, this is saying use the resources that you've got already. It's taking its sweet time because you're waiting the resources to come up. You've already got the resources, is what this is saying. Right. So what do I mean by that? I see a lot of people holding themselves back from doing whatever they can. They say, well, I can't be fit because I don't have the money for the gym. It doesn't take money from the gym. You can move your body anywhere. You can get fit where you are right now. I used to live in Uganda. They didn't have a thing. They make it. They were fit. They were playing football. They didn't even have a football. Like here, you can get. They make it out of bamboo. They make them. You use the resources that you do have, and we've all got resources. What else do I see? I see people saying that they can't do this because they've not got the money for it. Like that's the biggest reason that everyone's got. No, I can't do it. And you can. You can do it. You can do anything. So you're not waiting for something. You're waiting for you to start using the resources that you do have. Got to recognize the resources that you've got around. We're so rich now. We're so rich. Like I'm living in Thailand, right? And there's some very poor people here, and they are doing more than some of the rich people that I know. The rich people that are telling themselves that not rich. You've got running water. You've got like a roof over your head, and you've got a bed, and you've got a fridge. You've got so much, hey, so much, so many resources. If some of the poorest people that I know here had like half of what you've got, they would have businesses using all of those things. They'd be using their kitchen to make money with it and all of that stuff. They think you're the richest person ever. Just saying. And so use the resources that you've got. Start where you're at right now. You can. Don't need to wait for more. You wait for more, you'll be waiting forever because there's always more to be had before you do something. You've got to start where you're at now, right now. You've got to start where you're at right now and do what you can with the resources that you've got. And it's the ascension path. And then you'll be given more resources. You see, if you're ignoring the resources that you've got around you and you're saying, universe, you haven't given me anything. Universe is like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Go to Uganda. Go to a third world country and live there for a while and you'll know. Then you will really understand what it is not to have anything. So don't start saying that you haven't got stuff. Now, what's this? Queen of Cups, King of Cups. A divine pair here. I'm going to do them together here because I do think this is about relationship. Why have we got the Queen of Cups? What's going on with the Queen of Cups here? Whichever one you are, there's not necessarily the woman and the man, but it could be the feminine and masculine aspect of it. You could be this person whether you're a woman or a man, or you could be this person whether you're a woman or a man. But we're talking about a couple here. Now, the feminine aspect, she's feeling left out of things. Gemini, that's a really similar energy as this. I'm left out, I don't have anything. Look around your house, you've got plenty. But it's a similar kind of an energy, so it doesn't surprise me that it's coming. This is kind of a work thing, I would say, or moving your life to the next level, claiming more abundance for yourself, or just doing something like getting fit or something like that. Telling yourself a story here that you're being left out. Same thing here in love. I'm being left out. I'm being passed up. There is no one out there for me. King of Cups, what about him? What's this masculine aspect doing? Remember, something is running beneath the surface here. There's emotions running beneath the surface. So you could be like telling yourself a story in order to refuse love. What's he doing? He's doing 5 of inspiration. So he's practicing at something because he's had an aha. Okay, so here we've got the masculine who is taking action, but is practicing. And because of an aha he's realized something. He's had an aha, he's had some kind of an awakening that's made him realize he's got to do something differently, but he's just a beginner in that. He's just learning, so he's putting something into practice. So the masculine aspect here has got more action going on. He's had his aha. I feel like the feminine aspect here, which I'm presuming is you because it's matching this original thing, is getting themselves to that point. Is the point of the aha at the moment to realize you're not left out. You've got plenty. You've got what you've got, and so start there. See how rich you are, and you're not left out. See, how many people are around you. That could be about you receiving from other people. Or like, no one gives to me. There is no one for me. I don't have anyone in my life. That's I think I hear a lot from customers of mine. I don't have anyone in my life. It's like, you're on a deserted island, but you've got internet access because you've got access to me. You're not alone then. Why are you saying that there's no people around you? Are you on a different planet by yourself? Makes no sense, right? Even if you're at home alone, which I'm not saying isn't hard, it's emotionally hard in lockdown and stuff. I'm not trying to reduce the impact of that and the severity of that, because it's hard, I know. Um, but we have access, we've got something, right? We can reach out. And my guides told me this very same thing in my weekly reading. I do a private reading for myself when I'm doing the weekly readings, which is an old program. I don't offer it anymore, sorry. You've got to have been in that for years for it still to be going. But I do one of those for myself, and this is what it said, not this week, the week before, for me. And I realized I was doing the same thing. It's like, you're not even in lockdown. Why are you locking yourself down? You want to be around people, well, get in touch with them and be around them then. And so I decided to go to lunch with a friend at the weekend. And I'm like, what? It made me feel really good. And I'm just like, why wasn't I doing this before? Why was I shutting myself off, feeling left out like this? When I wasn't, I was just leaving myself out of it. Tell us what's behind this for gems. Death. So something needs to end here, and it's a pattern that you've been doing so that you can have a new beginning. Yeah. So you're not being left out, you're leaving yourself out. Queen of Cups. There's something emotional behind that is the cause of you doing it, but you need to stop doing it because you're going to feel better when you do that. So that whole perspective needs to die there so that you can have this new beginning of what you want. There's a story that needs to be let go of. Now, what about this king then? He's taking action because of an aha that he's had toward the feminine energy for a new day. So yeah, he's had the aha, the Ace of Voices, and he's taking action now and is practicing it. It's not there yet. It's not ready yet. This is a king that's not ready for you yet, but it's getting there. He's realizing the actions that he needs to take now and is putting it into practice. He's doing something, at least, is what it's saying, to get to his feminine energy here for a new day. So you're both headed toward it. Now, in many scenarios in the readings that I've done with the Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine is leading the way. In this respect, the Divine Masculine is leading the way, and that's the way it goes. Sometimes it's them, sometimes it's us. The Nine of Swords, what is this? This is anxiety. There's something here that is some guidance, some anxious. Anxiety is guidance, right? Guidance that something needs to change. Every negative emotion is guidance that something needs to change here. Maybe you need to change your mind about it. Maybe you need to change your approach. Maybe you need to change what you're doing. Yeah. Like I said, I was leaving myself out of it. All I needed to do was message someone on Facebook saying, do you want to go for lunch? Yes. Hey. It's that easy. It's that easy. Nine of Swords. You've got to heal yourself before you'll allow yourself to do it, though. So you've got to heal yourself. You've got to change your mind first about being left out of things. It's not healthy to have that perspective. There are no people for me. I have nobody in my life. That's not a healthy perspective. You've got people in your life. You're watching YouTube. You've got me in your life. And at the touch of your fingertips, on phone, whatever device you're watching this on, you've got millions of people. Access to millions, literally. You can even contact like really famous people. We've got access to pretty much everybody. The sexual energy behind this, so that it could be like, yeah, but they're not the people that I want. I want a lover. I want just one person. I'll open up to one person, this one here. Yeah, just this one person. I just want that one, and then I want to put everything on them. They can like be my person that gives me everything, and then I don't have to open up to anyone else. Well, no, you're not going to get what you want there. So you're asking for this sexual energy. You want a partner. You want to be a hermit, and you want a hermit to come in, and you want to just partner up with them and then put all of the burdens onto them. You don't think that you're doing that, but you are. If you're saying, I just want one person, that's coming from a place of lack. That is going to wreck a relationship, placing so much. Like, you've got to give me everything. You've got to be my entertainment. You've got to be my intellectual stuff. You've got to be my emotional support. You've got to be everything to me. That is too much pressure to put on somebody, on a relationship. It's not going to work. You're heading into a nightmare if you do that. You need to heal that part of yourself that has you closed off to other people. I wonder what he's doing here. I don't know. But he's taking action. He's had an aha that something needs to change in his life, and he's taking action. There's something that needs to change in your life too, Gemini, and you need to take action on that. What's going on in your love life then? What's going on with this King of Cups and this Queen of Cups here? Pay attention to the red flags. Not in him, in you. The red flags, what I've just been talking about here, being left out of it, not making an effort, giving yourself this nightmare story. They're red flags. They're red flags in you. Let's stop pretending that we're all in these readings that we're all perfect and that it's the wrong ones or the other person that we're talking about here, because it's not true. We've all got our own stuff. So give your relationship a chance by giving yourself a chance. Getting ready. This is two people that are getting themselves ready here to give a relationship a chance. We've got to heal ourselves first, because if we haven't, and I'm not saying that we can be fully healed or whatever, we don't have to be perfect, but until we've got to a point of stability of self-love, and you'll know when you're there because you feel really happy and you don't even need a relationship then, but you've got plenty of people around you, having plenty of relationships, not necessarily romantic relationships. You'll know, you'll feel it. You'll feel when you're in a healthy position and you'll be making good decisions for yourself. That's when you're ready for a healthy relationship. So you'll get to a certain point where you haven't got many red flags left to be waving about at them. It's a call to healing. Confidence is your key to success. Interesting. Confidence. Confidence in yourself, right? So maybe you've been not confident, not using all your skills because you're not confident. You don't think that you've got the power. You're not confident to get into relationships with people because you're afraid to be hurt because you've not healed yourself. Could be all of that. Tell us more. What's going on in relationships with Gemini? Tell me more. They're heavy, the readings this week. It's a heavy week for every sign so far. I've only got Taurus and Aries to go. Spontaneity, be spontaneous, open up. You know how I just said, like, maybe you're leaving yourself out. Just like get in touch with someone and go to lunch with them or something like that. Just be spontaneous. Do it in the moment. Open up in the moment. Go for it. You move beyond the constraints of the mind. There you go. Like I was saying, the mind saying, I don't have anything. There's nobody in my life. There's, it's just lies. It's just lies. Because, like, seriously, go and live in the third world somewhere. You'll realize just how much you've got. You move beyond the constraints of the mind and freely and lovingly embrace new situations. It's just a fear of putting yourself out there, isn't it? In many ways, this reading is saying that you've got fears of putting yourself out there, so you're blocking yourself off and you're leaving yourself out in the cold like this, saying, I'm all alone. But what's really happening is you're putting a hand up there going, no, I'm all alone. It's like a cat. Like, love me, love me, love me. Don't touch me. Have you seen that meme? It's like that. We're like that. We're like that when we're not healed. We're like cats. Abundance. Keep a positive mindset, right? You can get yourself out of this rut that you've got yourself in just by opening your eyes to just how much you've got. And motivating yourself to live life to the full and use all those resources that you've got around you, recognizing all of the resources that you've got around you and going, wow, I've got all of this abundance around me. I'm going to make the most of it now. Stop pretending that I'm like living in a third world country and I've got no access to anything when I'm living like one of the richest lives. We live like kings and queens, literally, like these two here. The stuff that we've got like products from all over the world in our pantry alone. Things that only the king or queens would have had before, the spices and things like that. We have running water. The kings and queens didn't even have that. They dreamed of that. We've got so much. We are living beyond the level of kings and queens. The majority of us are living beyond that. So recognize that and then use those resources and feel good about it and live life to the full. Tell us more, Gemini. Willing release of like a negative mindset and the roots of abundance. There you go. Plant those seeds for the roots of abundance, for strong abundance there. And it comes from recognizing just how much abundance you've got. You are literally living like a king or a queen. So recognize that. Because there are people still that aren't. I see one every day. Is a guy who lives near the gym and he does these odd jobs. He is so poor. He's so poor. He's the poorest person I know. I really feel for him. I feel like giving him money, but I know that it would devastate him if I did that because it would be so judgmental to do that. He's doing okay. He's so poor though. And I'm like, I feel like an empress. I recognize it, just how much I have. And I'm not perfect. I don't always recognize all the things that I have around me. I'm not always making the most of it. I do try to, though. True offering. May I release the fears, illusions, and addictions that keep me from true offering. May I relax into your plan, trusting that the next things will always be shown. Use me, love, use me for the highest. I'm yours alone. There it is. May I release the fears, illusions, and addictions. The not seeing just how good you've got it. Just seeing how the resources that you've got so much. You've got so much. You know, the people that are really struggling at the moment with what's going on in the world, these people on this little island that usually rely so much on the tourism, and there's hardly any of that now. And they're just being so resourceful, hey, just so resourceful. Some people are making this, melting down beach plastic to make coasters like this to make money with. There's one guy who he keeps on taking photos and putting it on Facebook of his with his babies. Is a guy who at the start of this pandemic had a newborn baby and didn't have anything for it and put a plea out for baby stuff, for money to get a cot, you know, for the basic things that he needed for his baby. And the community rallied together. This guy now, he is making coconut oil. So he's getting the coconuts off the floor because there's coconut trees everywhere on this island. He's getting them. He's using the resources that he's got and he's making coconut oil with it. Beautiful. I haven't bought any of it. I've still got coconut oil from a shop that I bought, but like when it runs out, I'll be buying his coconut oil. Use whatever you've got. And sometimes it takes us to reach rock bottom to do that. And then we're kind of shamed. We shame ourselves. We think, I had so much before, but I was believing that I had little. And that's, so the universe is like, oh, they want little. They're focused on little. Let's give them less. Let's take even more away from them until we crash and we've got absolutely nothing. Then we get resourceful. And then we realize just how much we had. And we were telling ourselves this story that we didn't have a thing. It's a slippery slope down, Gemini. Watch out for that. You don't have to crash if you don't want to, but you do need to wake up and see just how many resources that you've got around you, including people too. Big change in mindset for you, Gemini, this week to tap into those resources that you've got around you and start living life to the full because you're not left out. Although you can leave yourself out, and so stop doing that, Gemini. So don't forget to click like on this video down there. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a comment as well. Love hearing from you guys. I will get back to you as well. I'm pretty much doing that to everyone, all of the comments in on my channel so far. And if you're a subscriber, consider being a subscriber as well if you like my readings. Click on that notification bell if you want to be notified of when I go live and when I upload my videos. Have the best week ever. I will see you tomorrow in the energy update. Bye.